The truth of the scriptures has nothing to do with their social gospel. This social gospel leads to communism, of which Michael King was a very well documented student of, though he never classified himself as a communist. His ideals and what he was striving for all led to communism, like his advocating for a guaranteed universal basic income and a redistribution of wealth. Those are all communist ideas.
We are dealing with hard economic and social issues, and it means that the job is much more difficult. It's much easier to integrate a lunch counter than it is to guarantee an annual income. It's much easier.
After all that I present about Michael, what people seem to do is ignore it all and go back to some quotes that he said before he died. And he is quoted as saying, in 1967, "I fear that I am integrating my people into a burning house." And you know what people do? People take this one quote without any context, and they're willing to ignore everything else about this man, and they want to give him a pass for this. They ignore his Prince Hall Masonic connection. They ignore his Boule membership. They ignore his connection to the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. They ignore all of this and say because of this one quote right here that he had change of heart, and therefore he wasn't all bad. But when you read this quote in context, he said, "Until we commit ourselves to ensuring that the underclass is given justice and opportunity, we will continue to perpetuate the anger and violence that tears the soul of this nation. I fear I am integrating my people into a burning house." You see, context is needed in order to understand him, and people don't even try to apply it. They take one quote, one sentence, and make a whole mindset from it, when if you understood the context and what was going on when he made this quote, it would make more sense. You see, there was a great deal of unrest and protest going on during this period of time because of the Vietnam War. Understand, he wasn't having regrets about tying us to this American Masonic country. His problem was that based on their decisions and fighting a war that they had no business with, he did not feel that the country would survive it. He was against the war, and this was one reason why people assumed he was murdered. But people use that one sentence of that whole quote, and they want to use it to defend him. This is called cognitive dissonance. Another thing people like to do is say, well, if he was doing their bidding, why did they kill him? Well, if you're actually looking at it, it's quite obvious. They locked him in. He was past his purpose. They did not need him to be a leader any longer. And what they needed him for, it was already locked in. So they locked him in, and he was better used as a martyr than a leader who could change on them and undo all that they used him for. I mean, sometimes I don't get what people think. People seem to feel like these people are good and loyal to their own. They are not. They had no use for him any longer, and his memory and martyrdom were stronger than him being a current leader today. They didn't need him any longer, because all they did was raise up all the men that surrounded him, and they made them leaders. People honestly don't recognize how wicked this system is and how much they have manipulated us. And instead of people calling it what it is, they feel the need to try to keep an image of him in order for them to maintain him in a certain light. Regardless of how much evidence is against him and how much they use him today to promote a satanic agenda that the world is aggressively moving towards. No matter what, they're still trying to find a reason to defend him.
Even the night before his assassination, it's been revealed that he had a mistress actually staying at the very hotel that we know to now be famous for where he was assassinated.
Martin Luther was a man that lived during the time of the Renaissance. Born November 10th, 1483, and died February 18th, 1546. We will later see that the authority of the Protestant faith was led under the authority of the King or Queen of England. And to this day, most of the denominations that people hold on to today are under the authority of England.
I, Charles III, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of my other realms and territories, King, Defender of the Faith, do faithfully promise and swear that I shall inviolably maintain and preserve the settlement of the true Protestant religion as established by the laws made in Scotland in prosecution of the claim of right, and particularly by an act intituled An Act for Securing the Protestant Religion and Presbyterian Church Government.
How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
the system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's all
Is that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.